Thanks, Omar. As you've probably heard just a little bit ago, even in this really dour economic environment, Samsung is increasingly becoming more and more confident in our business and in this category. And I personally couldn't even agree more. Contrary to popular belief, there has not been the doomsday scenario in this category that a lot of people predicted. In fact, business has been stronger than even we had internally predicted just back in Q4. Despite the economic downturn, people are using their mobile phones more and more to stay connected to each other as the key tool in their ability to communicate to their family and friends. And we're seeing that it is the one key item that consumers do not want to give up in this economic uncertainty. So Samsung Mobile remains optimistic about the future of the category as well as our business. In fact, as many of you have heard, many third-party analysts have let it be known that Samsung became the #1 mobile phone maker in the United States in the second half of 2008. And a big part and the big reason for that to be the case is not just the relationships that we have with our carriers, but it's also because we do extensive research, not only with our carriers but with the end user, to find out what are the needs that these consumers have, and then we work with Omar, the team back in headquarters in Korea, to create products that fulfill those needs very uniquely, better than many other companies. As an example, a year ago today at CTIA, we unveiled the Samsung Instinct, which went on to become the #1 selling phone at both Sprint as well as at Best Buy. And in October of last year, many of you may remember a gentleman by the name of Ozzy Osbourne, who helped launch the Propel, which went on to become one of the best-selling messaging phones at AT&T. And then just in time for the holidays last year, Samsung introduced the Omnia with Verizon Wireless, a one-of-a-kind Windows Mobile touchscreen phone that helped redefine the smartphone experience. So the question is, how can we keep that momentum going in 2009? And more importantly, where is that growth going to come from? Well, with a business as large as ours, to keep that momentum coming, we're going to have to find growth everywhere. And one of the first areas that I think you would expect us to turn to is the touchscreen market, because it continues to grow rapidly. In fact, this relatively new category grew over 10% from 2007 to 2008. And Samsung's taking the lead in bringing the next generation touch devices to the marketplace. We've got some really cool products to be able to share with you, not only at CTIA, but throughout the rest of the year. As Omar mentioned, smartphone sales are no longer the domain of the typical business user. Our research is telling us that over 20% of young adults are buying smartphones because how easy it is to use for texting and communicating with their friends. We also believe that converged products that can satisfy more than one need are going to continue to grow in popularity. So for example, last month we launched this Samsung Memoir with T-Mobile, the first 8-megapixel camera phone in the United States. Many reporters and bloggers have said that it is now the best camera phone in the US. If you haven't had a chance to see it, please stop by our booth tomorrow so you'll be able to play with that product as well as all the other products that we're going to be showcasing. So what else is coming? Well, one of the most important things we do as a consumer, as I mentioned, is listen to the needs of the end user. Even with one of the most successful products, such as the Samsung Instinct, there's always room for improvement. So today, for the first time, we want to show you the successor for the original Samsung Instinct, the Samsung Instinct S30. The Samsung Instinct raised the bar for touchscreen phones, and Samsung and Sprint together, we think, are going to continue to do that with the new Instinct S30. We've got a short video that we like to show you now that gives you a little bit more detail behind this amazing new product. So that's a little bit on the Samsung Instinct S30. Again, we welcome you to all please come by the booth so you can get some more hands-on experience with a product that we think is going to become another household name, just like the Samsung Instinct did this past year. You know, last month at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, Samsung unveiled two new phones, the Omni HD and the Ultra Touch. These new phones use a screen technology called AM OLED. And with AM OLED for the first time, mobile handsets will deliver an image that you've really got to see to believe. It has crisper colors, a brighter display for outdoor use, and it consumes less power. As the global leader in display technology, this vivid screen is on its way to the United States with the launch of the Samsung Impression, which I think many of you have heard about in the AT&T release that came out yesterday. So all of these phones, the Impression, the Samsung Instinct S30, the Mondi, are all going to be available at our booth. And for the third time as a marketer, I feel I had the need to keep saying the same thing over to get you to come over, are going to be at our booth. So please come by tomorrow or Thursday. Play with these products. You'll be able to have some of our professional product developers there that can give you the inside story and can kind of walk you through all the great functionality of these products. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate the opportunity to share with you some of the new products, and we can't wait to show you some things coming up later on in the year. So with that, I'll turn it over to Kim Titus.